Hello everybody, this is Zephyr here, back with a new video. Actually going to be, what I'm thinking is going to be a new video series. I'm going to try, like I said, to start getting into more of a routine and getting videos out again. I apologize with the holidays and with life and everything. We've had, this is the second snowstorm, pretty good size amount of snowfall we've had here in the past little bit. So it's been kind of hectic and crazy, and then I've been doing a lot of overtime at work. So I'm sorry for the upload schedule and videos have not been coming as regularly as I would have liked. But I do have a new video series that I'm going to be working on, and be dropping, episodes periodically throughout the week or over the next couple weeks. And basically it's going to be a collection series where I'm going to go through all the books that I currently own, all my book collection. I mean, this is a book channel at the end of the day. It is a author channel, I'm an indie author, so I wanted to do a series where I show off my collection of books. You can see some of them back here already. I've gotten all of the ones in the house other than the ones that are in the baby's room, the nursery, all the baby books, and I am going to include those, but I'm going to try to shoot that video in the actual nursery, and that's going to be a separate video. Now, I actually have broken all of these down into separate categories, and so some of these, because they're such small the categories, there's only a limited number of books within those. I may do like 2 at a time, but some of them will be separate videos. Like I said, I'm going to go through and show you all my collections. Currently, I will say I have it broken down into self-help or authory or mentally kind of I don't know, self-growth type books, kind of positivity or those type books. I have those all separate. I have my fiction books, which is the biggest collection you're seeing here. I have a pretty growing collection of cookbooks because I love to cook. I love cook food stuff. I have all of my comics and magazines in one area, and then I have biography or non-fiction-y type books. So I've got quite a few little categories to delve into today. I'm excited to share look into my personal collection with you guys. Now, this is an ever-growing collection, don't get me wrong. Every time I go out, I want to buy more books. I've got a whole Amazon wish list of books that is full of books I want to get for myself, for my wife, and for the baby. And so it is an ever-growing collection, but I wanted to start and share some of those with you today. So for part 1, I think I'm actually going to put the cookbooks and the self-help books together, because those two are kind of a smaller collection. And then I think the non-fiction will be separate, the comics will be separate, and then the fiction will definitely be separate. So I think I can combine those two. So that'll be the first 2 I think I'm going to do for this episode. And then we'll do separate episodes for each of the other ones to follow. So without further ado, let's begin with cookbooks. Okay, so starting with the cookbooks. Now, some of these I've made recipes out of. Some of them I've not gotten a chance to yet. Some of these I may remember where I got them. Some of them I won't. And it's going to be kind of similar with most of the book collection. Some I've read, some I haven't. Some I can tell you where I got it from, the stories of where I got them from, and others, it could be a number of places. So let's begin with the cookbooks here. So the first one I've got here is the 4 Friends Low Carb Cookbook. Now this one I think I inherited from family. I think either one of my grandparents or maybe my stepmother used to have this one. And it says a collection of low-carb recipes by 4 friends. And there's not really any pictures or anything. There's just a bunch of recipes. Let's pick a random page and I'll tell you. Okay, so I can tell you one thing I did do with this one, because the pages are just all paper, no pictures. And as you see, I've got initials here, and then down here on some of these. Those are the ones we went through. I mean, it's been forever. I don't know when this book came out. I wonder if it's got like a date on it. 2004, so copyright for 2004. But I remember when me and my wife used to, like, one of our things we used to do back before the baby, obviously, we had a little more, you know, downtime, so to speak, was we would like going through like magazines, like shopping magazines, and even like recipe books, and like pick which recipes we wanted to try. And I'd always, if it was one that we were both interested in, I'd put both of our initials. If it was one that maybe just I was curious about, I'd put my initial. And that ways, you know, to kind of save, like, bookmark the recipes we was interested in. But yeah, I mean, again, you've got it, it's broken down. Let me see if it's got table contents, because that's the best part of any cookbook. Okay, so it does. So it's got appetizers and beverages, soups and salads, vegetables and side dishes, main dishes, breads and rolls, desserts, cookies and candy, this and that, and then the index. So not bad. And even on, like, these pages here, you see you've got like a real nice, you got a daisy there. Let me see if I can find another one on one of the yeah, and then like for here, soups and salads, you got that one. I can't pronounce that. Nasturtium. So yeah, it's a real cute little flowery cookbook that was made. Pretty simple Morris Press cookbooks. I don't know where necessarily you can find it again. I think it was in with some of the books we got from family at one point. And this one is going to fall into that same category. And this is a bit of a cookbook slash other things. It's called the Penny Whistle Party Planner. Get it a little closer so you can see. A complete step-by-step guide to planning, giving, and enjoying the best parties for children of all ages. Now, I've not actually really looked through this book at all. This is less of a cookbook and more of a actual legit party planning. Got different stages and little like pictures there. Looks like for a baseball party. Let me see if they got a table of contents here. This one I've not really actually looked through. I gotta say, it says copyright 1987, so it's pretty old school. There's Giving a Party and Loving It, The First Parties 1, 2, and 3, The Parties, and it has Artist Picasso Party, a Back to School or School is Out Party, interchangeable, Backwards Party, Backyard Beach Party. There's so many, I'm not going to read all of them. There's Ghost Party, Western Roundup Party, you've got Bakathon Party, or these are party menus and recipes. There's an artist menu, a Bakathon menu, ghost menu, so like a Mad Hatter Tea Party menu. So it's pretty cool stuff in here. So they do got most of the menus, I guess, towards the back where you can get like find the food for some of these. Yeah, so like for the artist menu, it's got like Painter's Pasta Salad, Picasso Cake, Snow White Jelly Bean Frosting. That sounds interesting. Chocolate Mint Cookies, Ugly Chocolate Oh, that's for a whole different thing. That's for the back to school. And the backwards is Ugly Chocolate Birthday Cake and Ugly Fudge. Some of these are wild, so I'm gonna have to look through this. I've had it on the shelf, but I just never really took the time to look through it, I gotta admit. And especially now that we got the baby, if she grows up, maybe some of these parties I'll try out, or some of these menu items, and I'll get back to you guys. Okay, now we're getting into some more with like actual pictures. I think the rest of these, almost the rest of these have actual pictures. Now this one was one that my grandma got me, I think either last year or year before last for Christmas. I do remember this one, getting this one, The Best of Mr.food, Quick and Easy Recipes. You get a look at some of these recipes there on the back. Look at that. Man, that looks good. So yeah, this one's got, I can just turn to a random page here, stir-fried squash. Y'all want to try that? Yeah. Pause that there. But yeah, this one, again, now this one I did, again, I went through and labeled, man, look at these. They always take the best pictures, right? I did go through and label these, as I've seen, there's some initials on there. So we got Party Hardy, Fancy Schmancy Dinners, Easy Weeknight Suppers, Super Sideshow, Soup and Salad Bar, Bread Shop Bounty, Sweet Inspiration, and Cookie Jar Jubilee. Yeah, so as you can see, we got some of the initials on these pages. Thai wings, cheesy chicken pita wedges, all that sounds delicious. But yeah, this is another one. I think I may have tried a couple recipes out here, but I can't remember to be for sure. Eventually I'll have to start keeping track of that kind of thing. This next one I actually got from my brother-in-law and his girlfriend at the time, his fiance now, but at the time they were boyfriend and girlfriend. I think it was last Christmas. Well, let me rephrase that. When I say last Christmas, I mean 2020, not 2021. I keep forgetting that, like, we're in a new year now. So when I say last Christmas, I mean 2020. I should specify that probably. But this is the Nightmare Before Christmas Recipes to Die For. And they got some nice, Tim Burton-y. So they've got, the contents is introduction, this is Halloween, Beetle House must-haves. You got chapter 1, sauces and dips for the recently deceased. Chapter 2, nightmares before dinner. Chapter 3, herbs, plants, and cauldrons. Chapter 4, platos de los muertos. Chapter 5, tricks and treats. Chapter 6, poisons, potions, and elixirs. And chapter 7, put the fun back in funeral. All very quippy names. So see, this is Halloween introduction there. Let's find a random page to turn to. We have Barbarous Barbecue Beef Ramen. This sounds good. Yeah, so again, a lot of fun. They got Edward Burger Hands, Silence of the Lamb Chops, Beetle Bacon Bread, Jalapeno Honey Cheddar Cornbread. Oh, that sounds good. And Barbarous Barbecue Beef Udon. So this one I've not got to try any recipes from, but I'm definitely going to have to. To be honest, I put this on my shelf and I kind of not forgot that it was there. I just forgot that that's the shelf up. We've got a couple different bookshelves. As you'll see, not all the bookshelves can hold this much stuff. And I never could remember which bookshelf it was on. I don't have my stuff as well organized as I'd like. But now that they're all out here on the bed, it'll be easier to reorganize them when I put them back. The next one was a Christmas gift from 2019 from my wife. And this one I have tried a couple of the recipes out of. And that is the Supernatural Official Cookbook. Burgers, pies, and other bites from the road. Look at that pie. Now the, look at this cover in here. Just the inlay is super cool. Big fan of Supernatural, the show, obviously. So this one I was really excited for. Yeah, the contents is breakfast, appetizers and road snacks, sandwiches and burgers, soup, salads and sides, entrees, dessert, and drinks. And you see stuff like this, you've got this one here, turned to a random page there, is Elvis Burger. Pretty cool. And then you've got stuff like little pictures from the show, Donatello's chicken wings. So I do know for a fact that I have made the Winchester Surprise out of here, which if you've seen the show, it's kind of like a big dish that they actually make in the show, is the Winchester Surprise. And I've actually made that one a couple times because it's really good. And I think I've made a couple of the drinks out of here, but I don't remember which ones to be sure. But yeah, this one's a big one. I really enjoy it, and I need to make more recipes from it too. And if you're a fan of the show, I definitely recommend it. Or if you just like good food. This next one I got, I can't tell you how long ago I got it, but I bought it at Burke's Outlet. That's what it is. I was trying to remember. I got it at Burke's Outlet store. And it is delicious Disney desserts. Ooh. Again, me and the wife, big Disney heads as well. We went to Disney World for our honeymoon back in 2016. And so after we got back, I seen this at Burke's for $5, and I was like, man, gotta get that. I've not made any of the recipes from it, but I had to pick it up. But there's brownie cheesecake, looks delish. Ooh, it's coming apart on me. I don't know if this has a table of contents. It's a lot smaller than the other cookbooks, and it's pretty much just desserts, so I don't think they actually have Okay, so like their table of contents is just the actual recipes. So it's broken down. I'll show you. It's not like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's all desserts, but they just break it down per recipe, which is still not bad. Again, really nice book. And the last one on our these, again, I think this is one I just got from family. I just inherited or stole from when we moved out. I don't know. This one doesn't have any pictures either. Oh, it has pictures in the middle. But it is quick and easy dump dinners. Hold up there. As seen on TV, apparently, by best-selling author Kathy Mitchell. Over 250 recipes. Most of the pages are just like this here. And those little stars is where I went through marking the ones that we was interested in before we started using the initial method. And they do have like pictures here in the middle. Go back this way. Here we go. Let's see, you got some of those there. Yeah, so this is another one we obviously went through. They got like some of the recipes: porcupine meatballs, tater tot casserole, easy peasy chicken dinner, smothered pork chops. Pretty basic, like run-of-the-mill type recipes, but that's not a bad thing. So that concludes the cookbooks portion. That's all the cookbooks I have. I've got a bunch more that I want, obviously. Again, I'm a big cookbook guy, even though I've not even made most of the recipes from these, but I like cookbooks, what can I say? And I like the notion that, you know, if I ever have a kitchen to where I can like do more cooking and baking. Unfortunately, the kitchen we have now is kind of small and we don't have a whole lot of stuff, a lot of room and stuff to really properly cook with. But if I do make some more of these recipes, I will be sure to let you guys know. Come report back on the cookbook version of YouTube book on YouTube stuff. So the next thing I'm going to get into is kind of like the self-help type stuff, and I'm going to make that for. Actually, I think maybe I will just do a separate video for that. This one's coming right up around time to maybe cut out, and that'll be in the next episode. I will just do separate episodes for each category. So episode 1 is going to be the cookbooks, and episode 2 we're going to go into like self-help, and some of them are like writing author book stuff to help, like stuff like that, all tool guide stuff. So I'll see you guys in the next video.